So here we have a bunch of very excited kitties who want to see what is in this box. And I'm so excited. So I knew the box was coming, but still, you get excited. And I didn't know exactly when, because the tracking said, I checked yesterday and it said it was in Montreal. And the last tracking was like April the 2nd. Today is the 7th. So it never updated tracking. It's weird. So I knew it was coming, but I didn't know. Wissy. I didn't know when. And it's funny how those things work out, where it just so happens at the most perfect time when I need something happy and positive, poof, it was just delivered to my door. And I did not even have to go down to the mailbox 3 roads down to pick it up. So how awesome is that? Because usually they'll put it in big mailboxes and you have to go and get it yourself. So this made my day because it was a really hard, sad day. My cat passed away, but I had her 14 years. So I'm happy for her because she's free from her body that just wasn't working with us, and she's just never going to recover fully from that stroke. And I don't like seeing animals suffer. So for her to be able to actually just naturally pass, it's horrible and it's sad, but on the other hand, I'm happy for her, and we are very happy for her. And she literally just passed like an hour ago, and this just came a few minutes ago. How amazing. So we're now going to open it, and I have my helper, which is the homestead boss. We have Lord Grantham, that's LG for short. And what are you doing? Are you happy? We have Shifty, and Shifty is Lord Grantham's twin, as well as Lifty and Wessie. They're all from the same litter. And over by the door, over here, we have Scratchy. And Scratchy is actually the oldest. Now, I have known him for 8 years before I was able to take him in. So even though I haven't had him the longest, he is the oldest. And he is at least 15, because I've known him for 14 years. I took care of him outside with a lot of the other strays. And yeah, so I don't know, he was at least a year old when I met him, at least. So I don't actually know how old he is. He's at least 15. But when I moved here, I promised the kitties I would not leave them behind. So I brought the strays with me that I took care of for all those years. I'm not going to leave them to like die. So I brought them, and they are loving life, and they're just perfect. So Coconut is actually underneath here. We have really, really nice sun right now. You can see we have snow. And so the kids love to lay here and get a nice little tan. And they just absolutely love the sun here. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to see what we got. I'm so excited. So if you haven't noticed, how awesome is this? I mean, how many people have their own packing tape? Isn't that cute? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So this is from Jesse and Lisa at Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And let me see. How am I going to open this? So
Okay, I think, let me see, I think this way. Okay, and I really don't want to damage this packing tape because it's so cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay, let's see here. Is that enough? Nope. A little more. Okay. And then let's go over here. And sometimes you might hear a little sizzle. Well, every time one of my rescues passes, which has happened a lot because usually I always end up with the ones that are sick and dying that nobody wants, or the really old ones. People only want kittens. And you know, all the animals need love and care. So anyways, I had to deal with a lot of passings, and I try to make it a positive and happy experience. So every time someone passes, wait, let me see here. Where's the middle? This is taped so well. My good gracious. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't even know. Okay, I got one side open. So every time someone passes, I try very hard to make it a happy day because we are happy for them that they finally get to be freed of the body that is failing them, and they no longer have to deal with any kind of pain or suffering or anything like that. So we're happy for them, even though we're sad, and we would prefer that they stay here with us. We want them to be happy and comfortable and live their best life, even if it means that it's not in this one. So we're happy that she got to go back to God and she can live her best life in her next life where she is healthy. And sometimes the only way that healing is possible is if it's not on this planet. So unfortunately, she couldn't get the help she needed, even though we tried our hardest. So if she has to go back to God to get her healing, then that's fine. You know, we are so happy for her, and we're trying to make it a happy, positive day. So every time they pass, I try to celebrate the joy and happiness we have for them, that they get to move on to a better life and they're freed of their pain and suffering, and they get to experience a better life and try to make it a happy day instead of a really sad, miserable one. So I always make them a chicken. So I have a whole chicken in there, yes, in my hallway, because it's just easier than my tiny little kitchen. So I had a whole chicken cooking in there for them, and they can smell it. So we're gonna have a nice celebration that her prayers were answered and she got healing, even though it's not the way that we wish it would happen. She got her prayers answered. So let's see what we got. Come here, Ressie, come here. You wanna see? What's in there? What is it? Here, you can come sit here. What's in there? Oh, we got goodies. Oh my goodness. We got goodies I wasn't expecting. So I knew what should be in here, but there's extras in here. You want to help? Okay, careful. Okay, you want this one? Okay. Careful. No, we don't sit in the box. Honey, here, you can have the paper outside the box. Look, you want the Come here. Here, you can have your paper outside the box. Ready? There. You can have your paper outside the box. Okay, let's see. Okay, so first thing I knew was coming was this. And I'm so excited for this. This is pretty awesome. So this is a Husky brand rechargeable infrared touchless work light. And what they mean by that is there's a sensor on it, so it's magnetic. And if you have your hands full or your hands dirty and you want to turn it off, you can actually put your hand under the sensor and it shuts it off. How awesome is that? So that is the coolest thing. And being out here in the country where I don't have street lights and it's surrounded by forest and it's dark, this is pretty awesome to have, even just for safety purposes. So I'm in Canada. We can't have certain kind of weapons unless, you know, it's for hunting and it's very regulated. Anyways, so since I'm not allowed to have any pew-pews, you have to be careful what you say on YouTube. Well, I could at least blind somebody if they try to break in my house, or for the creepy people that keep trespassing. You know, just another use. Just so you know, this will probably blind somebody. So pretty bright. Look at that. 2,500 lumens. So I am super excited to have this here. And as soon as I get a vehicle, it's actually going to go in my vehicle. So if I ever had car trouble, then I at least have a good light. So this here will actually be going in a vehicle. And I actually do have a whole section just for things for a vehicle. So when I can finally get one, which will not be anytime soon, thanks to property taxes, then I have something to put in there to keep me safe. So here's what it looks like out of the box. Isn't that cute? Look at that. That is adorable. And it turns. So we have magnets here and magnets here. Pretty cool. And also we have hooks. So, and there's one here too. So let me open that up. You can actually hang it. And that is pretty awesome. So I could use this in my garage when I'm working. I can put it just anywhere really, but so exciting, super happy. So thank you so much. I greatly appreciate this. And it'll be very well taken care of as well. And also USB chargeable, which is awesome because I try to stay away from batteries. My goodness, batteries are so expensive. And then, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. I just saw some things that definitely was not expecting, but I'm so excited for. Okay, take a look at this. I don't know if you've ever seen this before or you know what it does. Now, I don't know how it works, but I kind of know how it should work. So, I do want to point out that if there's anything on here that you are interested in, I will put the link in the description for the Amazon store, and you can check and see if it's there. And also, you can also check and see all of the other things, and if there's anything that you're interested in, you can purchase it directly from there. Now, okay, so this here is from Duluth Trading. That's where you're going to want to get your clothes. They have excellent quality clothes. So, oh, that is where a log of firewood slammed down on my thumb a couple months ago, and it's just still like that. Anyways, I'm going to see if my cats watch this. What's that? Is that a mouse? Is it birdies? What is that? Let me see here. So they're used to living in the country where there's field mice. And also, nice, the field mice run across my pool, across the cover. Look at this. Do you hear that? What is that? So, I think they think it's a mouse or a bird. Of course, they can see it in my hand, so obviously they know that it's coming from me, and I think it's confusing them, but it does. It sounds kind of like a little mouse. So, I'll probably play with it with them, like randomly when they're not expecting it and see if they can find it. But yeah, they seem pretty interested. Trying to figure out where it went. That's so cute. So, okay, let's get into the rest. Okay, so, oh my God, is this what I think it is? Oh my goodness gracious. I have seen so many people being gifted these, but I never thought they would make it here to Canada. So, these are 8 ounces of pecans from Jesse and Lisa's tree in their backyard. So I got actual pecans freshly from Texas. And I love pecans. They are so good for you and they're so delicious. And I never was expecting this. So thank you so much. I am so excited. And these are going right in the freezer so they stay fresh. Even though I'd like to eat them all right now. I like to save things like that for special occasions. So, let's see. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I think I know what this is. Let me see. Ricky, do you want some more paper? I always try to reuse the paper, actually, so I'm actually going to pick that up. I'm going to put it aside so I can always reuse it. So this I knew was coming, and I knew because I picked out the color. So this is a wireless portable charger for your cell phone or anything that uses the magnetic charge. Funny thing is that this here, I actually really desperately needed because every iPhone I've had, the spot where you put the charger in on the bottom, after a while, it will not hold the charger. It just stops working. And I know a lot of other people have had that problem too. So I can't even charge my phone with a corded charger. It has to be the magnet one. And I do not have a battery bank for one. And this is brand new. And this here is a battery bank charger. So I can keep this fully charged. So when I have power outages, which happens here, then I can at least charge my phone if it's not already fully charged. And I can also take it with me, again, for the car. So as soon as I get a vehicle, this is going in my box for a vehicle as well. So if my phone dies, I at least can charge it with this battery bank that's already fully charged. And I'm gonna open it right now so you can see it. You notice how they love the sun. So on days when we have sun like this, especially in the winter, they will lay here for long periods of time, just soaking in that hot sun. All right, so I got the plastic off now. And take a guess what color it is. No, it doesn't have sparkles, but pretty close to it. So, let me see here. It has, oh, there's something in here. Okay, so it has this in here. All right, so I'm just gonna try and do this here. Okay, so this is pastel pink, which is one of my top favorite colors. I love the pastel colors, purple, pink, yellow, and this here, let me see. So it has a little stand, and you can see here, you can charge it, and look at this, right here, it actually has, this is a screen, so it'll tell you how charged it is and let you know what percent. But isn't that the coolest thing? Now, my phone has a magnetic ring on it, but it does actually come, I can feel something in here. So it actually comes with a magnetic ring here with a sticker. So I'm gonna have to read the instructions because I don't know. I'm gonna have to read the instructions. I assume this is what you would put on your phone if you need to, but maybe it does go on here. I'll have to read the instructions and check and see. But this I'm so grateful for because I really did actually need that. And I was not expecting this, but I got more freeze-dried snacks. So these are freeze-dried Milk Duds. And I actually got 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I actually got some surprise mail from Jesse and Lisa with freeze-dried snacks. And I am going to open them just because I want to show you. And I love freeze-dried snacks. So, let me see here. I'm going to show you. If you've never seen freeze-dried, I don't know if you can see that, freeze-dried Milk Duds. I'm going to show you what happens when you freeze-dry a Milk Dud, in case you have never seen them before. Take a look at that. And they weigh nothing. They are feather light. It's almost kind of like a super light cheesy, but a chocolate flavor, like a chocolatey caramel flavor. Isn't that cool? I don't know if you can hear. They just weigh absolutely nothing. Just a nice little crunchy snack. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And there is another surprise in here. And I think I know what it is. And if it is, I will be extra excited. So I'm gonna open this here carefully. And let me see here. I'm going to try and carefully open the tape. I also like to reuse bubble wrap as well. So whenever I can send stuff to people, then I have some good packing things. It is what I think it is. Okay. Let me see if I can even get it out of here. Carefully. No, I'm going to have to do some more cutting here. And there's one more thing in there too I'm excited to open. But carefully, carefully, carefully. And then, oh, one more tape here. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Okay, so it is. Okay, so this here is, actually there's two more things in there. This here is homemade jam from Miss Lisa. And this is, oh, it's prickly pear. This is one that I did not ever try before. I've never even heard of prickly pear until a while back when she was making the jam. And I thought, I've never even heard of a prickly pear. What is that? And so now I actually get to try some prickly pear. Isn't that cool? It's so beautiful. And yes, I'm going to take the ring off because that's how you should store them. And it's nice and cold too, but look at how gorgeous and beautiful that is. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you so much. I am so excited. And I also don't have any jam, so I am really excited to try that, especially since I've never experienced prickly pear before. And those are the things I really love the most, are things that I've never heard of, or things I've never heard of, especially with like seeds. So any kind of seeds that I can grow that are for things I've never tried before are my favorite. Oh my gosh, can I untape this? I'm trying to follow. Okay, here we are. Trying to follow the tape spot. Okay. So this here is, oh, it's one of the spoons. Okay, so look how cute that is. And this is especially laser inscribed. I've had Miss Lisa's jam, don't be jelly. And look at that. It has the cutest little, look, it's double-sided. So, and I have one of these, and I think it's, not double check, I think it was a little, it's like kind of like a sunflower. It's so cute. But aren't these adorable, the little jam spoons? Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Really does make the day, really does. And we have coconut. Coconut is, well, Fidgery, I had her the longest. Coconut's the second longest. Coconut's also 14. But Coconut, she's been pretty good. She's been in perfect health so far for all her life. And yeah, she's doing great. So I took her in as a little tiny baby off the street. And here we have a card. And this is so exciting because now I can put another card on my card wall. So in my little YouTube office, I actually have cards on my wall because I can't stand the color of the paint and I don't want to look at it. So until I can afford to paint, I've been putting all my cards up there. Let me see here. What have we got? Oh yes, I forgot about these too. So I also got my loofah seeds from Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead. These are actually from her house where she grew loofahs and saved the seed. And only, actually no, it looks like one got crushed, but no, I think that was just like a little skin maybe, but they actually look like they made it perfectly. So I cannot wait because that's one of the things I really wanted to figure out a way to grow. And I'm hoping to get even just a little greenhouse built so that I can grow them, and then I can make my own sponges, especially when you are trying to live as self-sufficiently as possible and way out in the country. So look at all those goodies. So being out in the country, I am trying really hard to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can, little by little. And that's one of the things that was really important for me to grow. Okay, so look at all these goodies. Aw, look at this. That is so nice. And yeah, so the phone charger, that was actually gifted to me by Dark Road Menet. That was from Xander. He actually won that. And well, he was being gifted that to him but he didn't need it, and so he asked them to pass it on to me. So I will happily accept it. And here we look at all of these goodies. Oh my gosh. And I do not have a pink chip. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? And it's pink. I love purple and pink. I love purples and pinks. I love lots of good colors. And then we have this one. So we have the LDA security guy, which actually, funny story. So the LDA security guy song, my cat loves it. And he just loves it. And so I would always say JOH security cat, and I would sing him the song, and his ears go down and he purrs, and he's just so happy because he loves that song, and it's so cute. And then I got Lazy Days Ahead poker chip. And I actually, you know what? I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of my office. Just a second. And if you look closely on the lid of the jelly, it was made on my birthday. This is a project that I've been working on in my office room. I cannot stand the color of this paint in this house. I feel it's very dark and depressing, and it's just doesn't make me feel good. So I took the cards that I have right now that were sent here to Canada from other YouTube channels and some subscribers. And so I put them on the wall with some glitter push pins, and I think it looks so much better. So this is a way that I'm able to solve this problem without spending money. And I will not be able to do renovations anytime soon. So I have to be resourceful. And I do have a lot more, but they're at the US address where a lot of my mail was sent. And I'm not going to be able to get that till probably the end of the month, maybe next month. It's very, very expensive to have my mail forwarded here, and property taxes came out. Good gracious, it is so expensive. So as of right now, these are the cards that I have right now. And then on the other wall, I tried to start covering that up, and you can see I have some glitter frames. I got those at Dollarama, so very, very cheap. It's $1 something, and the large ones were, I think, $2.75, and I love them. They are so pretty. So as I get things that are not cards, like stickers, I put them in the frames, and I was just putting it on the wall just to get it up. This is not where they're staying, and yes, I know one's crooked. It's because the poker chip puffs out and off centers it. So, and I'm also using roofing nails. That's all I have to work with. So a hammer, roofing nails, and I'm doing my best. So the frames, I just put them up just to get them off my desk, but I am going to fix that up. And yes, I know I have a sticker that slid down, and so it's just temporary, but I am going to fix these up a bit so it looks a little nicer and perfect in the frames when it's time to put them up in their permanent spot in my office. But for now, I just don't want to look at this disgusting, horrible paint. And so when I look at the cards, it's so pretty, and it was sent with so much love and positive energy that this is what makes me happy. So I feel so much better when I walk in this room and this is what I see. And so this is just a little sneak peek of what my office will have in it. And also, here's another tip. If you need some free wallpaper, road maps are pretty good. And it actually goes with the theme of my office because so many of my YouTube friends that I made are from all across the US and some in Canada. So it actually looks pretty good. I had a road map from Michigan that was given to me, and I never used it. And so when I was unpacking, I found it and I put that on the wall. So as I unpack some road maps, I'm just going to put them on the wall, and that will help cover this paint color. and it actually looks pretty nice. So here's a little sneak peek on where my cards go as I get them and the other things. So everything is greatly appreciated and very well taken care of, and it creates a lot of happy energy and joy, and it looks really nice too. I think it looks cute. So anyways, that's my little sneak peek of my office. Can you see my cat? I just unboxed the mail that came today from Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And right after I took everything to put away, I turned my back and he was in that box so fast, claiming it before anybody else can take it. So not only did I get amazing gifts that are so nice and thoughtful and that I greatly appreciate, but he got a new pet bed. Oh, the poor thing. I mean, he was born outside, but I think in his mind, he still feels like he's a street cat. He's so cute. I love him. So if it brings him joy and makes him happy, well, you got yourself a nice new pet bed. So thank you so much to Jesse and Lisa for not only sending me really special gifts that are very thoughtful, and there was extra gifts, and it came at the very perfect, most amazing time for it to come, but you also gifted my cat a very cozy pet bed that he is loving. I mean, look at that. It fits him perfectly. I mean, perfectly. He is so cute. He is just loving life. He's actually smelling it right now. So if it looks like his nose is in the corner, he is smelling the box, the packing paper, everything. And there we have Scratchy, who is getting a tan on his arm muscles. Scratchy is actually the oldest of all my rescues. He is at least 15. I took him in off the street when I moved out here. I wasn't going to leave the poor thing, on the street. And then there's Coconut. But Scratchy, yeah, I've known him for 14 years on the street with the others that I took care of the best I could. So yeah, he's at least 15. And Coco, she's also 14 years old. I took her in as a baby and couldn't find her home, ended up keeping her. But unfortunately, today, the rescue that I've had for the longest time, that was Fidgeting Fusspot. I called her Fidgery for short. And she was the most perfect, sweetest thing. She showed up at my door 14 years ago, pretty much dying and needing help. And I tried my hardest to find her home for months and I couldn't. But my dog, from day one, as soon as she came up the porch steps looking for help, my dog was right there like, Mom, it's our cat. And I didn't have a cat at the time and I didn't want any. I will help them the best I can and get them adopted, but they tear up your house. But how do you say no? And so I couldn't get her home. There's 50,000 cats everywhere in the city. So we ended up keeping her and she has been perfect health. She doesn't get into anything. She doesn't scratch. She doesn't claw. She's just perfect. She was amazing. But she had a stroke 7 months ago and I tried my hardest. And she was making progress and improvement. She was really working hard and doing great. And yesterday was her best day. She was able to do some things physically that she hadn't been able to do in 7 months. And I thought, wow, I mean, we are really making progress. And she was almost jogging, because she couldn't walk after the stroke. It took her a while, but she was walking around, slow, but that's okay. And I thought she was really going to get better because she was improving. But this morning, it was just weird. When I got up and I saw her, I just had that feeling today is her last day, and it was weird, but I knew it, and so it was a hard day. But funny thing, it's really funny how things work out, because it just so happened that literally about an hour after she passed away, This box was delivered, and usually packages, they deliver them to the community mailbox down the road. I have to walk 3 roads down to get my mail. But for some reason today, it was dropped off at my house and at the garage door. So right after she passed, this package just happened to be delivered at the most perfect, amazing time. So, I mean, that was just awesome. I'm happy it got delivered to my house, but you know, it gave me something a little bit extra to be happy about. And I'm super happy, you know, my cat is free of her body that wasn't working for her, and that she can live her best life now in her next life. So we are happy for her, and we are celebrating how happy we are for her because her prayers got answered today. Even though she didn't get healing on this planet, that's okay because we don't want her to suffer. So they're loving the sun. They're having the time of their life, laying in the sun because we have snow. So, you know, I'm trying to make it a happy, positive day because it is sad, but it's sad for us. It's not sad for her because she finally gets free of that body. And again, she gets to go back to God and it can be happy and her soul can be free and all those good things. So we are super happy for her. And we made it the most peaceful time for her. And I held her till the end. So yeah, it was a cruddy day. But then we got this. So I got goodies that made it a little nicer. And Wessie, it's HWH, Wessie. That's what he likes. And he got a very special bed today. I mean, he is as happy as can be in his brand new cat bed. So, and also couch. So he's happy as can be. He's just loving this. He just, it makes me laugh because he looks like he's laying in a garbage can. Like, it's just cute. He's cute. I love him. And they're scratchy. So yeah, it's one of those days, but it feels good when there's some positive things to help celebrate her prayers being answered and how happy we are for her and all the positive things of her passing. So we don't like to think of it as a negative. Even though we're sad and it's sad for us, we're happy that it's a positive time for her. So it is a happy celebration day that Fitchery's prayers got answered and she got her healing. Not in the way we wanted her to get her healing, but you know what? As long as she gets her healing one way or another, she's not suffering. And that brings us joy. So anyways, this is, it's just funny. So anyways, I'm going to show you what goodies we got, and I'm so excited for you to see them. And 3 days later, they are still in their box. There is always one in there. Coconut, she was in there for quite some time at night, and then she sleeps in it. And she gets up and then she'll play a little bit and she goes back in her box before someone takes it. And then there's usually a lineup of somebody waiting until someone gets out. So they are still loving this box and enjoying it. And it brings me joy. I'm happy for them. Even though they look like homeless kitties in a garbage can. You know, if it makes them happy, then I'm happy. So this box will probably be here for quite some time as long as they're happy and enjoying it.